BDR FHIR 3 Click Ingestion Breakthrough. Migrates HL7, JSON, bundles and RDBMS directly into FHIR for streaming or data at rest for FHIR ingestion, patient, medicine, clinical and other resources available with all 150 resources, 20 data types and 37,000 fields available soon. Get FHIR results now rather than waiting years for others to develop their migration tools. Cures Act and reporting and migration directly from FHIR. Here we are viewing the JSON input source to automatically be ingested into a FHIR server. Now we are viewing and validating the FHIR server tables do not yet exist. Here is where the user configures the input source data to be ingested into FHIR and the path to the FHIR server to be populated. The user now selects the name and the path of the FHIR server to ingest the input data passed to it. Optionally, the user can move the FHIR JSON bundle created to other than the FHIR server for later processing and analysis. The user may also select and configure streaming inputs with watchers to process ongoing input streams into FHIR. Lastly, the user can most optimally configure the Spark framework's properties. Now the user submits to run the FHIR ingestion process. Now with the ingestion to FHIR process complete, let's view the FHIR tables and JSON blob. Here in the FHIR table is where the blobs are stored. As we can see, the blob JSON files exist and are in an encrypted, secured format. We now look at the string file that stores some data and it is also in a secure, encrypted format. Lastly, we view the FHIR linkage table that in its proprietary sophisticated architecture, allows for FHIR to return the correct results from FHIR API, URL call requests. Now we are showing the graphical interface that is used by patients to request, view and download their data as per the Cures Act and as well as data scientists to view and migrate their select data to data lakes for further analysis. Patients and analysts can first select FHIR resources, then the fields within the resources to create their own personalized reports or migrations. Now with the reporting process completed, we open the report and are able to view the data in an unencrypted format, for this user had the credentials and permissions to view encrypted data for reporting, downloading and migrating. Now we select the download icon in order to download the results of the report. Next, the data is downloaded to the patient's or user's device with end-to-end encryption. Now the user opens the downloaded file and views the same results they saw on the graphical interface. Now the user, most likely an analyst or data scientist, uses an easy-to-configure interface to migrate the results of the prior query or report and establishes a connection to a Snowflake data warehouse. Now the process will migrate the data to Snowflake and use the file name the user entered. Now we see the new table does not exist in the Snowflake data warehouse. Now as we refresh the Snowflake data warehouse, we see the new table exists though not populated yet. Now the next refresh shows the data exists in the new Snowflake data warehouse. As we can see, the data from the query or reports are written to Snowflake or any user-selected data source in an encrypted format. AES 256 is what is used for encryption. In the administrator's interface, they are establishing user information such as mandated two-factor authentication. And now we are reviewing all the roles, permissions and authorizations controlled by the administrator for each user. Patients can download their results to their computers or any mobile devices with secured end-to-end encryption. The same is for data scientists and analysts with proper credentials. BDR FHIR is a Spark, Java, Spring, Boot, Migrate framework that scales while maintaining great speeds. BDR uses in-memory linkage, conversion and processing tables and completes final ingestion into FHIR using bulk bundles running in parallel, multi-threaded, memory processing. BDR FHIR's graphical interface creates reports directly from FHIR or from HL7 and JSON data lakes. BDR offers patient-mandated Cures Act downloads and extracts for data scientists, using end-to-end encryption from either FHIR or HL7 data lakes. 847-440-4439 trials available.